Wow, it's been 7 months since I've done a Miitopia video, which was unanswerable Miitopia questions where I felt like things didn't make any sense. Anyways, hello there 1010 players. I am the one and only Mr. 10 Frames, and I have another Miitopia video to talk about. This one will be my favorite jobs in Miitopia. Jobs are like powers, and what abilities do you have? The more you defeat enemies on what jobs you have, you'll also gain not only more EXP, but also unlock skills, again, depending on what job you have. Unfortunately, the Dark Lord takes away your job not once, but twice. However, after the Dark Lord kidnaps your other party members for the third time, somehow your third new job stays with you, but at least in Krakatoa, you can have all your jobs back you had in Greenhorn and Next Door. But what are my favorite jobs in Miitopia? Well, find out by watching this video, I guess. But before we start, I just want to say that these are my opinions on what jobs in Miitopia I'm going to discuss. So I'm okay if you agree or disagree with me. So with that being said, let's begin discussing. The Warrior. This is everyone's favorite main job of all time, the Warrior. Here's why it's my favorite job in Miitopia. I feel like you're a knight trying to rescue a princess. The best part about it is that this so-called snap out of it, where if one of your party members is acting up, this will automatically make them go back to normal by just slapping them. The Warrior even has many slash names, obviously because you have a sword. The Jump Slash, Spin Slash, Double Slash, Dark Eye Slash, and Super Spin Slash are all the skills when you are the Warrior. You do get stronger attacks as well as your defense, and it's such a beautiful job to pick. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that there's Proud Protector. What does it do? Simple. You get to not only protect one of your party members, but also yourself. Depending on the enemies, I feel like you take a little bit of damage, but after all, you are protecting yourself from your teammates. But the more you use the Proud Protector, it will increase your friendship level. I must say though, it's very awesome to have. The Mage. I feel like you're a wizard in this job. Mage is another job that's my favorite in this game. I even love the skills name for the mage, such as Fire, Lightning, and Explosion. The only skill where it's automatic is the Enlarged Weapon, where you, well, use a magic spell to use your teammate's weapon Giant, and it does take more damage, I guess. I do have a question. What on earth is this so-called barrier do? Is it supposed to be a shield or something? Because you still take damage, so I don't know. There's another skill I want to talk about is Sleep Tide. What does it do? Well, you use your wand to hypnotize one of your teammates into falling asleep, gaining more HP. I kind of like this skill, except that it does take a while to wake up, but to make it quick, the enemy has to hit them, and that's it. Next up is the Giga Lightning and the Giga Explosion, but there's no Giga Fire? But anyways, they're both the same thing as the normal lightning and the normal explosion, as well as the mega lightning and the mega explosion, except more damage to your enemies. And the last thing is the Tower of Flames, which technically that skill came from the Great Sage, and my god, I feel like that's the strongest skill attack ever. And I'm assuming it could be the Giga Fire or something. So overall, I do like this mage job in my opinion. This job has great magic spell skills and more damage to your enemies, and also defense. Again, I feel like you're a wizard if you pick this job and do some magic spells. The Scientist. Now this one may sound random, but this one is also my favorite job in this game. I even love how you're equipped with a flask and that you're wearing a lab coat, meaning that you're an actual scientist. As usual, let me discuss the skills. My favorite would have to be the Unstable Formula, where you spray a concoction all over your enemies, and I feel like it somewhat has strong damage to the enemies. There's a skill that just sounds funny to me, and that is the Black Hole. Well, although it does sound unexpected that a scientist can create a black hole, but what makes this a skill is that just like the Unstable Formula, the Black Hole damages all the enemies, and that's it. There are other skills for the scientist such as Glitch, just a basic special attack, Cure.exe, where it heals your party members' HP, and Violative Formula, which I'm assuming it's the same thing as Unstable Formula, but with strong damage. And there's a skill where it automatically happens, which is Ignite, where you add an explosive chemical to your party member's weapon. Safety Mask prevents your party members from Well, I don't know how to describe it, but something crazy will happen, but at least it gains a friendship status. And absorb is when it gains your party member's HP after hitting an enemy. And that's every explanation on what skills does the scientist have, and why do I like this job? Because it has creative names for the skills, great damage attacks, and random flasks to earn, as well as the lab gears. The tank. Now this one is going to be controversial, but I personally like this job in Miitopia. Although there isn't that many skills in this job, but let's go over them. Well, let's start off with the two skills that causes quarrels, and that is Human Cannonball and Wild Shot. Now, I'm not saying that these are the best parts of being a tank. I'm just going to point out that these are the only skills that I don't like about the tank. For Human Cannonball, if you use it like 3 times, depending on what party member you're using, that's where the quarrel can happen. So please don't use it too much. And as for Wild Shot, it'll sometimes hit one of your party members, just rarely, not all the time. But if it does happen many times, that's where the quarrel can happen. And now, let's move on to other great skills. The only skill that automatically happens is the defense, where you basically protect yourself from a physical attack from the enemies. Now, I feel like laser, hot shot, and ultra laser are all the same thing because you just blast all of your enemies. It can have stronger attack damages to the enemies, and how could I forget the repair, where you just basically gain yourself HP and that's it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the skills on the tank, and this is my favorite job in Miitopia. But here's one thing I have to nitpick, is that why does the normal attack cost 2 MP? That sounds unusual, don't you think? But I guess it doesn't matter though. I mean, it's still my favorite job, and I feel like it has strong attacks when shooting towards an enemy. Well then, that concludes the video on what my favorite jobs are in Miitopia. Thanks for watching this video, and if you made it towards the end, make sure you like and comment. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you can be notified on when the next video is uploaded. And follow me on Instagram, where I post digital artworks daily. Drop a comment below on what your favorite jobs are in Miitopia. With that being said, peace out everyone!